Hey, it's Game Deco time again, and welcome back to Marathon. This is still the free weekend for it, and I'm not sure if I love extraction shooters enough to buy this instantly when it comes out. So I'm playing it enough while it's free and, doing this promotional period here to figure out how much I like it, to see if I'm going to purchase this immediately or maybe hold off or try a different extraction shooter that's a little cheaper. I don't know. We're gonna see. So if you've seen my other video on this, this is actually then my second time playing it. Factions. Cyber Acme. Cyber Acme? They're gonna drop a server on you, like in the middle of the desert. Contract available. Establish a link with the faction agent. So I've heard that this has like way more of like a story thing going on in it than probably a lot of extraction shooters, which I think is a cool thing. So I guess there is missions that you can do while you're within these, games basically. So okay, perimeter beginner, yeah, perimeter beginner. That's correct. Select a zone. Okay, wait, but can we know what the mission is? Beginner, new Cascadius colony research. Blah 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 blah. Okay, sure, whatever. Okay, a Truxus sponsored kit. I don't have any ammo. Is my issue. Okay, but I do have some stuff, which is kind of funny because I thought that if you died, you lost everything. Maybe not. Select a cybernetic shell that fits your playstyle. Oh, okay. So yeah, okay, there is some differences here. Wow, do you hear the music? Yeah, I like that a lot. That's cool. Combat anarchist. I can't combat anarchist. That's just as like implying that anarchists are like firebombing people when that's not exactly true. I hate how people use that word. They use it kind of against definition most of the time. Intel specialist, threat detection. Okay, so combat anarchist has the movement. This guy assassin has invisibility systems, triage for the field medic, damage mitigation. See, I kind of like that.
Optimize for combat.
I like the art here. Look at the art. Let's just look at these really quick.
Matters.
Nice.
I know what's at stake. Ready. Let's go.
Ready. Okay, are you ripping off my hey? Okay.
Gel tuned, kit prepped.
So
Let's go.
Combat specialist, so just offensive defense. Okay. Okay, so prime ability is rebooting. Med drone, tactical ability, shareware.exe is a trait. Okay, let's try that, I guess. Shells have the prime ability, a tactical ability, and 2 traits. Hover over the prime ability for a detailed explanation. Okay. RB and LB together. Ready your shell's emergency defibrillatory systems. Hold RT, lock onto a downed crew member or hostile targets, and fire your reboot device at them, which revives crew members and EMPs hostiles. Shareware.exe is just like the kind of thing I apparently download off the internet from like itch.io. I watched somebody the other day online, a small game dev, talking about how it's wild that when we're downloading Game Jam games, we just like download people's games. Like, hey, yeah, sure, that's a file and I'm just gonna download it and run it on my computer. That seems perfectly good. Like, that just is a little wild, safety wise. Cool. Sponsored kits. You can pick up a free sponsored kit from the armory. Okay, see, this is the kind of thing that I needed, where it's like, since I died fully at the last one, I needed some more weapons. Faction sponsored kits come from both standard and enhanced rarity. Standard kits are always free with no stock limit. To move this in and this in. Okay. Hey, I'm learning. Like I said before, I've never played an extraction shooter. Let's see what the contract is like. I love all the graphics that they're doing here. This stuff looks really good. It's very, not to lean too much on like early Xbox. Also, rest in peace, Xbox, now that you've been taken over by an AI person, like fully. It kind of has this vision that reminds me of like the little like nuclear reactor, you know, Xbox like startup, you know, for the original Xbox. Welcome home. Hello.
I'm Oni, your onboard navigational intelligence. Your consciousness and my neural programming are inexorably interlinked. Think of me as a friend, one you don't yet remember.
Well, that's I just was saying, being taken over by AI people, you're kind of like off-brand Cortana, but like you're trying to search for something on Windows Cortana, not the cool Halo Cortana. We all wanted cool Halo Cortana, and instead we got like Amazon Alexa.
You may still be experiencing some memory degradation from the damage to your perception matrix. But worry not. Cyber Acme is here for you. I'm here for you.
Cyber Acme. Is that like the "I'm here for you" is so funny. I mean, in a very dark way. I don't think that they're meaning that as a joke here, but like, how many people have experienced like horrible psychosis from either the Meta AI or ChatGPT? That stuff's so dangerous, actually, for your brain.
Per our arrangement, you've come to Tau Ceti to scavenge the ruins of a long-lost human colony.
Yep.
Now that we've successfully calibrated you to new Cascadia systems, our next step is connecting with factions who will pay for your services.
Wild that like this like quote-unquote AI is like setting me up for that. That feels like a setup.
The Space Council is equipped with advanced, faster-than-light communications technology.
Okay.
Commandeer it, and I should be able to reverse engineer direct contact with faction representatives back home on Earth and Mars.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so this is Oni, your support AI. Hey, at least this game isn't like, you know, Microsoft Studios. I mean, rest in peace, Microsoft Studios. But also, that would make it a little bit extra on the nose. This is a Sony Studios game. Okay. So defeat UESC in perimeter 3 times. So yeah, okay, so you get basically like missions. That's really cool. Okay, cool, we got that. It's active. Oh, over here, faction upgrades, unlock faction upgrades to improve. Yeah, I'm just trying to like explore the menu some and like figure this out because there is a lot going on, especially for somebody who's unaware of how these games exactly work. Firm stance. Fall resistance reduces the amount of damage while following. Okay. Sure. What about this one? Scavenger, loot speed increases how quickly items are revealed. Yep, okay. So last time I did turn on the crew fill, but I think this time I'm gonna turn off the crew fill and just play solo. That way I don't mess up anybody else's stuff that they're doing. What's interesting to me is that I am really through and through an arena shooter kind of guy. I love Halo, pretty much all of the Halos, although I didn't play 5. I have been pretty good at Halo for a long time. Not as good as I used to be. It's okay. I was pretty good at Call of Duty, a couple of the Call of Duties for a long time. Got not so good as they evolved, and I think their maps got worse, and I got worse. You know, I love like Unreal Tournament, those kind of things. Yeah, like arena shooters, not necessarily like Quake style arena shooters in particular, though. Definitely like a Halo Unreal Tournament type, with a little bit of Call of Duty thrown in there. This is completely different than that. in terms of like how the game like loop functions, how the feedback works, you know, your objectives here. And I talk all the time in the context of indie games and small games and weird games that I am striving
Begin your run.
that I'm striving to try new things in games. That I don't want to be just playing, you know, same things. Depleted charge shield. Okay. So now, when I press map, I can press map there, or I can go in here and can I just like use these things? So yeah, okay, so you can use directly. Oh wow, look at that. The lighting there is really cool. I like that a lot. Look at that, that's so cool. Oh, that was probably stupid. Oh, I just saw somebody out there, I think. Oh, okay. So yeah, I talk a lot in particular about the ideas of how to, oh. Nice, okay. That was my first time getting to actually do a up close and personal bash on that. Okay, I'm gonna use one of these healing items. But yeah, I talk about that a lot in terms of like games being, whoa, okay. No, I'm pretty sure I just lost. I was not paying attention enough. Dude, I think without people, you just don't get to get revived, huh? Yeah. Yeah, and so the idea being, well, I've gotten really distracted, but kind of what I'm saying is I think about that in terms of a lot of, you know, small games, indie games, weird games. And that's also true in terms of my taste expansion and what I'm trying to do for AAA games and, you know, very popular mainstream games. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. And clearly not doing well because I just died instantly. Maybe I should be with friends. Or at least randoms. Eliminated. Combat eliminations. Okay. Runtime 2 minutes. They're gonna like not let me continue playing. They're gonna be like, sorry. Let's try it again. And I think this is kind of funny because I haven't had the opportunity to play something that would be considered a new game that is also like a really different style to what I usually play, while having obviously some similarities in the AAA space in a while. It's much more frequently indie games that are trying to push boundaries, trying to push new ideas and new systems, new design elements, you know, that kind of stuff. It is funny how it doesn't do it, I think, locally. I think we're still searching for a game, but it has to be searching while you're, you know, in solo. So I do think that that could be probably optimized to play locally, although I'm sure that there's some anti-cheat aspect to that, unfortunately. I do miss when games had like largely local things as well. And what's interesting is, even though some of this feels like Halo, oh wait, when it says defeat them, it means literally like 3 dudes. Like I freaking couldn't get 3 dudes because I wasn't paying attention. Okay, we're gonna pay attention this time, okay? Everybody work with me on paying attention.
Engaging shell monitoring software. Establishing link. Muting alerts.
Okay, new exfils coming online soon. Okay, so yeah, when does it tell me when they turn on? Look at the shininess of that, that's cool. Yeah, I really like the color scheme that they're using here. They have some really pretty stuff. Oh, birdie. Like, yeah, look at the blues and the greens. It kind of reminds me, I mean, I know comparisons are obvious here, but also like should be done carefully because these are different games. But Halo had an incredible color palette, in my opinion. There were so much like oomph to its colors. It wasn't afraid to use really vibrant stuff. Okay. How do I... Can I zoom in at all? No? Okay. So do you just wait? Like, in an extraction shooter, I've always thought of extraction shooters as, like, you have to get somewhere in particular. Oh, no. Like, you have to get somewhere to the extraction point, rather than necessarily wait for it to be open, quote-unquote. I'm not sure which one of those is more common. If you are an extraction shooter kind of person, you know, I don't know, give me some tips. Tell me what's up with that. Also, hey, look, I love slides, by the way. Oh. Did somebody just fly over? Nope, that was a cloud. That's okay. I feel like the lesson we should learn from this is, take care of our current planet, and then we don't have to go to a different planet, and then we don't have to have the ship jump through a planet or a moon or whatever it hit, and then kill everybody, and then have scavengers go out there for no reason, and just a whole lot of stuff like that. We could just keep it simple and not do that by taking care of our current planet. I kind of was talking when I did the first video. I should not shoot that. I'm so tempted to shoot things always in games, because I just like seeing what kind of things explode. And I really shouldn't do that. But yeah, look at all the colors. I was talking, in my previous video about how the sense of lived-inness in this is really present, and I think that like speaks to the. Uh-oh. What did that mean? Scan the array at the radio tower is my second objective here. So it's kind of interesting that the objectives like spread out over the course of multiple games. Yeah, so like the lived-inness of this. Okay, let's see. Credits. I will be taking those. Like, look at this. You get junk on the floor, but then you also have, the chairs, you have stuff littering the counters. These aren't just also empty buildings. There's stuff there, obviously, for a looting kind of game. I know it's not a looter shooter, but, it's within the idea of these things. You really should have looty kind of stuff around, but that doesn't mean that every game does that. And I don't know why I need an empty medicine cooler, but you know what? I'll take it. Maybe that is additional storage or something. And like, the buildings just feel like worthwhile to enter, in a way that like, oh, hello. I should have remembered where that was. I saw that yesterday. Okay, cool. Hey, we got two. We got two of those things. Okay. Okay. Still needing to use the health thing. I should have explored all the rooms in here also.
20 minutes remaining.
Can I use another one of those? Wow. Okay. Got super hurt by that. Climb. Cool. Hey, I can take an unstable diode. It's what every child wants. Now what is this? Haha! Boom. Okay. So something over here. Is this my exfiltration point? I feel like that's distinctly possible. except for in the ravine here, there is a whole thing. But yeah, like, I don't know, the maps feel really good. I just don't think that, like, some games, like, succeed in having the spaces feel filled out. And so far from what I've seen in this, it does feel filled out in a way that I distinctly appreciate. What was that? Okay. Search ammo crate. Okay. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna try to lure them all the way over here. Let's see if they'll actually take the bait. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're taking the bait, but they're not coming over. Okay, I did get that guy. Come on. Okay, did we get him? Did we get him? Okay. I wonder if that's the tower. I don't think it is. Okay. Do I have enough ammo to do this? Okay, that guy's activated. I like how they're like little, you know, face lights become red. Good like feedback. There is the little bit of sound of like when it successfully hits somebody. Wow, okay, they are very good at responding with fire. Okay, good. Okay, cool. Got some health back. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it, alright. Can I just, like... Yeah, I'm bleeding out fast. Oh, that was foolish. See, this is the kind of thing for the extraction shooters. I mean, obviously if I was with a team here, but I just kind of didn't want to mess anybody up. But this is the kind of thing that I'm not super in love with. I like the very fast-paced gameplay loop of like regular, quote-unquote, multiplayer shooters. That just, I think usually fits my vibe more. I've never been much of a battle royale kind of guy either, just because I feel like it takes so much time to have, you know, kind of that gameplay loop complete. But in this multiplayer session, just not as much my thing. And so, yeah, dying out here, it's interesting. Yeah, I guess I could get my kit back. Okay, run complete. Yep, that's true. Complete failure. Yeah, so I lost my $160 inventory value. I died just after 10 minutes. The Cyber Acne sponsored kit. An emergency package from Cyber Acne upon infill unpacks into basic gear. Completing a run with this kit will provide Cyber Acne reputation. I just said Cyber Acne, and you know what? I think it makes sense. Okay, yeah, so then you have to do this. So scan the FTL array at the UESC radio in perimeter. Let's just see really quick. I think we have the time to have me try that. I wonder if part of my challenge with this is that I am not the most patient gamer ever. So I'm curious if the idea that it takes a long time, that gameplay loop isn't as quick to cycle back around in terms of what you're doing and the feedback of it. And it doesn't have the same kind of competition feel to it as something like, you know, a more traditional like team deathmatch scoreboard or, you know, King of the Hill type ones. I always loved like Oddball and, you know, those kinds of things. I'm curious if that feedback loop being a lot longer is part of what doesn't sit with me. This is a 25-minute game where you're kind of working your way through. You have to take it a little bit slower, as opposed to like, you know, a 10-15-minute game that is much more sports-like. This is different, just, you know, in its nature. And that's fair. I think that's completely fair to like different things. But like, if you're somebody who likes extraction shooters, you know, and has a lot more experience than I do with them, what are some tips? What are some things that would help me or, you know, somebody else watching this who's not super into extraction shooters, at least yet, feel like they're getting more out of it? Leave in the comments below, I guess. I do hope the matchmaking, especially for matchmaking into a solo game without other people, is a little faster in the full release version. It's a little long to load here, especially because now we're seeing a black screen. But like, listen to that music. Music choices here are solid. I'm definitely adding this to my soundtracks like playlist on Tidal. And you know, I guess that makes sense. Like in terms of like Bungie's work, like Halo has an amazing soundtrack. Okay, so we got to do that. Sounds good. My gear's at risk, I know. Protect your junk. I do also like how it loads you into
Engaging affirmation protocol.
various
Assert.
different locations.
You will be forgotten. Assert. You take relief in that realization.
Oh, see, the thing about stoicism is that the robot can't force it on you. If you're trying to like force the stoicism like that, it doesn't really work. It kind of is actually counterproductive and, you know, contrary to, like, you know, core tenets of the philosophical framework. So, wild to have a robot scream, "You will be forgotten," at you. Like, yeah, man, I know, but like, you don't have like actual consciousness or, you know, capability of loss in the same way that I do. So maybe be chill. Okay. Oh, okay. So I probably made a huge mistake here. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. See, all I wanted to get to was the northern relay. It shouldn't be that hard. There we go. Okay, but there's another guy. There's two other guys. Okay, come in here, jerk. Okay, got some more health. Okay. Can I fully flank you? They probably can fully flank you. No! Okay, one second. No, I am scooting by you. Okay, what if I dump myself off the top of this? If I dump myself off the top, can I break your tendrils? Can I? Scoot faster. Oh, yeah, you can unhook their tendrils. That's cool. That's a great little detail. Yeah, I don't think we're getting to the relay, guys. I don't think these videos are mine. These videos are definitely not mine. This is somebody who's way better at this game than I am. So that ends my, last run of right now in Marathon Service Slam, pre-release weekend. I can't help but kind of wish that these maps, they're huge, they're really well detailed, they're well designed, the buildings feel great, the spaces feel cool, I like the robots that you're fighting and that kind of stuff, and I can't help but kind of wish that they were big team battle maps. Maybe even like a big team battle with a component where there is that third like AI enemy, a la Titanfall type thing. I can't help but wish that maybe it was a little bit more of a big team battle, because the exact gameplay of this is not exactly my thing. Am I gonna keep trying this? Probably some, especially while it's free. Can't really complain about that, right? But I'm not so sure the extraction shooters are exactly my speed, which also means I'm probably gonna go try the Unreal Tournament like 2004 or whatever that's just now getting re-released, because that looks awesome. I really like the design aspects here. I really, like I said, I like the spaces. I like how that map functions. I like that there's like the beginner, world. I like that you can do it solo or in the 3-person co-op. I don't understand why everybody's switching to 3-person co-op instead of 4-person co-op. I think 4-person co-op is super obvious for, quadrants on a TV, but 2-person with, plus you being 3, I guess that's easier to manage, but like, I don't know, 3-person's weird to me. I think the story elements you're getting here are really cool. I like that progression through the little bit of, these kind of quote unquote quests that you're receiving. I like all those things. I like these individual pieces and I like how they're working, but it's kind of one of those things where I can appreciate something that I also am like, is that what I want to spend my time doing? Because if this was a big team battle maps, I would spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours playing this. In its current format, because it's a different kind of game, probably I'm not going to buy this at launch. Even though, I do enjoy a lot of it. It's just not quite right for me in this moment. I don't know exactly when this video is going to be released, but depending on when it does, the free event might be over. But if you like extraction shooters, from what I can tell and from what I've seen people talking about online, this does seem really fun for people who like extraction shooters. So go, definitely check it out if it's still a free weekend, or, do some research and see if you want to get it for yourself. It's definitely an interesting concept, and I like a lot of the stuff they're doing here. But for now, I think this is where I exfiltrate. Now, if you like casual gameplay videos with some discussion about design and the art style and the game mechanics and those kinds of things, for somebody who deeply appreciates how games function, even though I'm not very good at them, please do consider subscribing, because I have lots of videos. I actually have a video marathon coming up soon that I'm really, really excited about, and I'd love to have a lot of people on board to see that when it comes out. There should be like 15 videos in this upcoming marathon, so really cool stuff coming soon. If you liked this video in particular, please do give it a like down below. That really helps me with the YouTube algorithm and reaching new viewers who also like these kinds of casual, discussive gameplay videos. This week, take care of yourselves, take care of your community, wear a mask to help prevent illness transmission. Really just, reach out to somebody and try to be a kind, supportive person in the world around you. I think we all need it. And I will see you at the next Game Deco.